Hi, I'm Pat Kistler, and I represent the Carpinteria Valley Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to say hello, and also we're introducing our winners this year for the Carpinteria Awards Banquet, which will be held on the 24th of January, and we're hoping that many of you will be there. It's the Chamber's honor to interview our large business winner of the year for the year of 2014. I'd like to introduce the ladies who absolutely make the Shepherd's Place Apartments a great place to live. First on my right is
Lynn Hernandez. I'm the community manager at Shepherd Place Apartments.
Okay, and
Kaylee Pettigrew. I'm the assistant community manager at Shepherd Place Apartments.
thank you, ladies, for being here, and I really appreciate that you're taking time to go through this interview process, even though it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yes.
It's a pleasure, and we're really happy to be here.
We're really happy to be here and to interview both of you, just to talk a little bit about what great things you do at your place of residence for our local Carpinterians, especially those that are over the age of 55. So let's start with you and tell us a little bit about when you came to Shepherd Place and what you exactly do and how you feel about working there.
Okay, so I'm fairly new to Shepherd Place. I actually just started in November, so this is such a great time to come in and such an honor to be able to be a part of this. I am the assistant manager there, so I just kind of help Lynn with everything that she needs, help run the property, assist our residents. We're really big on customer service, and then we really try to do a lot of fun events and activities and things like that. And so it's been a really wonderful experience.
Great. And Lynn, tell us a little bit about why you work there, why you come back to work every day, and what makes it be a pleasure working for the Tobes Company.
It is just so nice to be at Shepherd Place. I'm away from home. I'm all the way back from the Philippines, and working at Shepherd Place, it's just working with families. I have my moms, my dads right there, and really customer service goes beyond. It's like you feel like you're helping your family, you're serving your family. You wake up in the morning excited to go to work because you're seeing all this nice residents coming to the office, saying hello, and excited with all the events and activities that we do for them.
Cool. And I know you guys reach out to a lot of organizations in the community other than those that just live there. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
This year, every year, Tobes Group, we advocate for different nonprofit organization, and this year, 2014, I advocate for the Carpinteria Friends of the Library. So I promote them within the Tobes employees, and they were chosen as one of the recipient for 2014. So with that, we were able to give them $2,500 to help out the local library, and I'm so proud of that.
You should be proud of that, you know, to incorporate that into the services that you do. And I happen to know that you also open your doors to the Braille Institute to have classes there, and that is a good thing to do because going all the way into Braille to Santa Barbara is kind of a disservice for people that are, you know, sight impaired. So that's really great.
Yes, and it was so nice because the residents really make the use of what Braille do for our residents, from their hearing loop, from their reading. I mean, they would even come, the bus would even come and pick up the residents, take them to the Institute. So it's a really, really good service for our residents.
That's wonderful. I really love that. I would like to talk to you a little bit because you're the new guy on the block.
Yeah,
so tell me a little bit about what you are planning for in the future. In other words, are there any changes kind of on the horizon that you'd like to see happen?
You know, this first couple months I've really just been trying to familiarize myself with everything, not just our property and our residents, but Carpinteria. I'm not from far away, I'm just from Ojai, so I've been close by, but I've never got a chance to really truly explore the city. So that has been something I've been focusing on and trying to really be, you know, in touch with the community and know it better. And I know for this coming year, I'm going to focus a lot on doing really fun events for our residents, and obviously a lot of volunteer work and just everything that we can do to reach out to the community and to also get our residents involved in the community as well.
That's great, and On that note, I'd like to have you talk a little bit about when they come as a resident, what do you do to encourage them to give to the community?
Well, you know, we have prospects that comes in. One applied to move in at Shepherd Place Apartments. And what's good is when they move in, they're not just moving in the community. They are giving $25 to a nonprofit organization. We call it Give Where You Leave. So it's not just you're moving in, you're donating $25 to a nonprofit organization to help out. So they're so proud. Okay, I'm not just moving in, I'm donating money. And we always say, absolutely, you're not just moving in, but you are also helping out in the community. So, and I really like to thank Mr. Tobes and then the Tobes Group itself for allowing us to do all these events. I've worked with other companies and I cannot compare how he advocates, how he supports us to give back to the community.
That's wonderful. You guys certainly are a gem in our community, and I don't want you to be a gem that no one knows about. So if you had 30 seconds to say something about Shepherd Place, what would you say?
Shepherd Place is a wonderful place to live in, and it's my goal. Even me and my husband is like, this is it. This is what we're gonna stay. The Carpinteria community itself, I mean, we're so close. Everything is walking distance within the community. So I am so just fortunate to be a part of Shepherd Place Apartments.
What you do at Shepherd Place sounds very interesting. And if I was wanting to find a place to live, can you tell me a little bit about what it would cost to move in and what activities you have that I would say, hey, I want to try that out?
Well, absolutely, Pat. At Shepherd Place Apartments, we are a 55 and over community. So our price range, we have a 1 and 2 bedrooms. Our 1 bedroom starts at $13.95 and our 2 bedrooms starts at $17.50. We also have, or will accommodate, Section 8 voucher holders, and that means your rent could vary between $200 to $800 depending on your income.
And how would I find that about that to see if I qualify for that?
We always, if we have prospect that doesn't know about that affordable housing, we will direct them to the city of Santa Barbara or the county of Santa Barbara, and they have different programs for seniors.
Okay.
And we do have a lot of events, and that's what we always tell them. You're not just moving in, you are exploring what we offer to our residents. We have our swimming pool, we have our spa. They're heated year-long, so residents take advantage of that. I mean, for their exercise. So winter, summer, we keep it warm, so they can take advantage of that swimming pool. We also have our year-round events for our residents. We have barbecue, we have our Thanksgiving dinner, we have our Christmas dinner, we have birthday parties every month, and we also have wellness program for our residents. We have this organization that comes every month, take their blood pressure, take their cholesterol level, their sugar. So it's not just a community, but it's this home. You know, you feel very at home at Shepherd Place, and that's what we can offer you.
Heck, I want to sign up when I say thank you very much for what you do, and congratulations for winning the Large Business of the Year for 2014.
Thank you. And it's really a great honor, and we are very, very energized to do more for the community.
Thank you. And we will see both of you on Saturday, next Saturday, on February 24th at the Boys and Girls Club for our Community Awards Banquet, and we're going to be happy to give your award to you. Thank you.
We are very excited. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pat Kistler, and we're back speaking to our Small Business Award winner for 2014 again, and we would like to introduce them and talk a little bit about their business. So I will introduce Karen and Alan Clark, and I'm going to ask you a question right off the bat. You've got 2 small antique stores in Carpinteria. Whose idea was it?
To have 2?
To have any.
Oh.
And 2.
Well, 2 was an accident. And we were actually antique dealers at a large antique mall in Santa Barbara that went out of business because I think it was the food bank or something that took over.
Unity Shop.
Unity Shop, yeah. So they took over the space.
Yeah.
And so we were homeless, and we thoroughly enjoyed antiquing, and so we wanted to continue. And out of every place in the area, Carpinteria was a place we chose because it is definitely most like the New England town that I grew up in. So we just really...
That small beach town
The small,
feel.
quaint feel,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. How about you, Alan? What did you say when she came up with the idea, or were you all ready all along?
Well, we were both antique dealers, and so we had tons of stuff that we needed to, you know, either store or sell. And I mean, we were already selling things at the antique mall. And we saw the space for our original store on 7th Street for rent, and we just loved that building. We'd seen it before at the Avocado Festival, I think. We walked by it. And, anyway, we both decided that, gosh, you know, if we can get it, we're going to go for it. So we did. And there was some other dealers that we brought along with us from the antique mall that closed. And so we had a nice little group there.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. I used to go to that one all the time.
Yeah,
always
that
in
was a
there
great
rummaging around.
Yeah.
And so tell me, because I know you do more than just have the 2 stores open. You do a lot for the community and a lot privately that we don't know about. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about your interest in Earth Day and also the green thing. So why don't we talk a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, the green thing was pretty easy for us. I mean, there's a lot of hoops you have to jump through, but just the nature of our business, we take things, we recycle them, we repurpose them, you know, we find things on the curb, you know, I mean, and reuse them. So that part of it was kind of a natural. But then the space on Linden is the one that's the certified green, and that was, you know, a lot of little things, the electric, the lights, recycling papers and things like that. So we thought, you know, we've gone so many steps doing this anyways, why not go the whole distance and do the certification?
Right.
And, you know, so we went through the process and we did it. And
what year was that? Do you remember?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. It was about 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I think so too, because I know
4 years ago.
well, we opened that shop in 2008.
Yeah. So it was pretty shortly thereafter.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I happen to know Fran from the county, and she said you were a delight to work with, and they were very thrilled to be able to certify your business. And I thank you for take that leadership role in the community, and we hope to see more businesses do that.
Thanks.
Tell us a little bit about some of your passions. I know you're always at Earth Day and always volunteering to be there or having a booth there, but talk a little bit about what else you like to do for community and awareness in the community about different things.
Well,
Pretty much anything that comes up that we can help out with, we want to help out with. We love Carpinteria. We love everything about it, and we're very supported by our local, community here. So we want to give back in any way that we can, and we try to do that. And I really enjoyed being on the Carp First committee and doing, actually having ideas and then actually seeing them happen. That was very exciting, and seeing that they're still going and going strong.
So Much to Do was a big success, the biggest of all.
Yeah, so that one, that's very, very exciting.
Yeah. So you've done a lot. You volunteered many, many years on that committee, and you were one of the very first members of that committee, and it takes up many, many hours. And I know with 2 stores to run, it can't go on forever, so we enjoyed you taking a leadership role on that committee. That was really great.
Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to tell the community about the 2 of you, about your businesses, that they may not know?
Well, I think that just the whole kind of going green aspect, for us, it was kind of a personal thing. I think when you see an opportunity to make a change, or if you're thinking that there should be a change, I think, if you can, be the change. You know, be the change and make it happen, at least for your little corner of the world. You know,
Sure.
and things like that have a ripple effect, and
That's good. That's good. I think this is going to be great too because people will know more about it. It was kind of quiet. Nobody really knew
Right,
that
right.
you were a green, you know, certified green. So we congratulate you on that.
Thanks.
And you, Karen, anything you have to say?
Not really too much to add other than I mean, again, we thoroughly appreciate the support of the town, and we want to give back as much as we can, and we want to bring as many people that are not already to Carpinteria, and we do that via social media.
Sure.
And have been very successful getting a lot of people to Carpinteria via, you know, and discovering what a wonderful town it is. And boy, once they discover it,
They'll never
they
leave.
love it. They love it.
One other question I have for you. You have 2 stores, but they're in 2 locations in Carpinteria. Let's talk a little bit about 7th Street and Linden Avenue.
Okay.
Okay.
Our first store, which has been about 13 years, is at 5042 7th Street, and it's kind of off the beaten path, and it's a charming, over 100-year-old tin building with a fireplace inside. It's just sweet as can be. And our other store is at 962 Linden, and it's right in the, what was called the little strip of hip. It's really just
Strip of hip, I like that.
It's just a really fun place. And our 7th Street store is our home and garden store, and our Linden store is what we refer to as the town and country.
Okay.
And we keep them different. They have different vibes. They appeal to different people. Our merchandise is quite different in each store. We kind of, the whole whimsy in the, you know, how we describe our antiques is kind of just a light-hearted approach to antiques, and they both have that feel, but in very separate ways, very distinct ways.
And I have been in both, and you are correct. They are very different, but very interesting. And take your lunch because you're going to be in there a while. It's really great. Well, we congratulate you so much, and we will see you on the 24th in the evening for your award ceremony.
We'll be there.
good.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pat Kistler, returning to speak to you a little bit about our Junior Carpinteria nominees this year for 2014. And I am with Adriana Morales.
Correct.
And I'd like to speak to you a little bit about why you might have even tried for this award and what you would like to do in your future. So if you could start off with that.
I chose to apply for the Junior Carpinterian of the Year scholarship because just really the opportunities that are offered here, such as scholarships, I really like to take advantage of. And scholarships are really useful for a college education. So I definitely plan to use my scholarship for my college tuition.
Good.
So Junior Carpinterian scholarship would just be very valuable in that way.
And what are you thinking about next year? What are you thinking about? I know that most freshmen have to take the same courses, but I know in the back of your mind you have something to do on down the road. What is that?
Well, first of all, I obviously plan to do a 4-year college education, and I plan to major in economics. So hopefully I could get into those challenging math courses with the rigor that economics requires. Other than that, I definitely want to continue my community service involvement and just maybe even some club sports just to get involved into the college and do many activities.
Any colleges that you have in mind right now that you would love to attend?
I do. I have quite a few. I plan to attend an out-of-state college, either University of Pennsylvania, University of Chicago, or Notre Dame. Those are my top 3 as of right now.
Great economic programs. That's
Yes.
great. That's super. Tell me a little bit about your sports involvement, because I know you have that and you've been very active. So what have you been active in high school?
Well, the 2 main sports that I focused on were volleyball and softball, and luckily I was able to be a 2-year captain, varsity captain for the volleyball team, which really was a confidence booster to me. And then my softball experience has also been quite fun because I had never played softball, but through the coaching staff, that's really amazing. They really encourage you and just I was able to improve my softball skills going from never playing to actually being on the varsity team, getting that experience.
What
so,
a fun thing.
Yes,
Isn't that great?
It was really fun.
It's great. And I know that you've been involved in some community activities and volunteering. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm Catholic, so I participate a lot in the St. Joseph's Church. There I do their St. Joseph's Catholic religious education, which is basically catechism, and what I do is just help the kids read, plan fun activities for them to do, and I also do the St. Joseph's Festival. I do a lot of the inventory, up-to-date stuff, and besides St. Joseph, I also do Girls Inc. I do volleyball camps sometimes.
I heard you're very good at that.
Yes, I really like just being with kids, and also last year I still got the opportunity to be a tax preparer under the supervision of by a tax coordinator, and that experience was just really, it was really really fun because I got to get an insight into economics, and it just really helped me certify that. That's what I want to
People's finances and what they have to do to struggle to get by and how much money they take in a year. Very
Correct.
surprising, isn't it, what
Yes.
people can do with very little. So that's a great job, and we appreciate you doing that. That
Thank
really
you.
helps. Tell me a little bit about who's the most inspirational in your family. Who kind of said, you know, you can do it, go to college, do this, do that. Who's that?
Well, my family, my parents are my support system. They've always been there to encourage me, but unfortunately they did not get a college education, so they're quite oblivious of the whole college process. So I would have to say that my older sister really opened the way for me.
Good.
She's currently attending Berkeley, University of California,
that's
Berkeley.
great.
So she's been my support too, just opening the paths and letting me know, oh, you should do this, maybe this is helpful, along with my counselors. I just think that she's really a good supporter for me.
What a role
A good
model.
mentor, yeah.
Are you lucky or what? You get to be the second one. So you've got her out there, you know, kind of leading the way.
I do, yes, luckily.
That's so cool. Tell me a little bit about your high school and what you really like about going to school there.
Well, I attend Carpinteria High School, and my whole experience at CHS has really been something memorable. I really like the small ambience as opposed to going to a larger school. And my experience there has really been something that I've taken advantage of. My counselors have been really supportive. Teachers are just amazing, from teaching to supporting to cheering on at sporting events. It's just the small community ambience just really brings us together.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. That's what a small town's all about, right?
Yes, correct.
Good. Okay, I think this is great. I'm so happy you got nominated, and I really wish you the very best on winning, but I think you're already a winner.
Thank you very much.
And I think that your grades really show it, and your activity in the community shows it, and your parents should be very, very proud of you, and I know your sister is proud of you.
Thank you very much. It's such an honor to just be nominated.
And we will see you that special night.
Yes, we will.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much.
And we will cut this interview off, but I would like to remind everyone that our event is on the 24th of January on Saturday night, starts at 6 o'clock, and you will see this lovely lady there with her parents and her cheerleaders from your family.
Yes, correct.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming.
very much.
Thank you for the interview. Hello, I'm Pat Kistler from the Carpinteria Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we are interviewing the Junior Carpinteria nominees for 2014, and with me is Jonathan Glick. Jonathan, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing, and what's going on this year that is so exciting for you besides with this interview?
Sure. I'm doing great. I just had a very relaxing winter break. This semester, for school for me, some very exciting things are I'm on the varsity basketball team. We've been having a tough season so far, but it's hopefully going to get better. Other things are I'm in a new role for this year for a club for JSA that I'm in. It's a regional role as a senator.
JSA is?
Oh, sorry. JSA is a club called Junior Statesmen of America.
Okay,
So that's very exciting for me.
cool. And you go to Carpinteria High?
I do go to
All
Carpinteria
right,
High
and
School.
you've been there all 4 years?
Yes.
Good. And tell me a little bit about what you do when you don't have time, when you're out on the field playing sports or, at home.
Sure. I play the piano and guitar and ukulele. So
Cool.
I have a lot of fun just jamming out on those. I have
cool.
2 younger sisters. So they take up a lot of my time just playing games and messing around with them a lot.
So your parents depend on you to kind of, hang in there and hold the fort down,
Sometimes,
right?
sometimes they do.
Good. And tell me a little bit about your dreams. Where would you like to go to college? What particular colleges have you applied for? And what about your future as far as your, major?
I am hopefully going to get into a very prestigious college. I applied to Harvard, Stanford, and Johns Hopkins.
Wow.
Yeah, yes. So those are my reach schools. I've also applied to Westmont kind of as a backup school. And I will be majoring probably in the sciences. I am very good at science and I like it a lot. Kind of for a pre-med track, hopefully. So I see myself becoming a doctor in the future.
Oh, wow, that's great. Do you have doctors in your family?
My mom is an ER nurse, so she's in the medical field. One of my uncles is a doctor, though.
Oh, so there it is.
I am surrounded.
Right there, you're surrounded. That's great. Well, I think that I've seen your grade average, and I think you should be very proud of yourself that you've worked so hard. Tell me a little bit about maybe some of the volunteer work that you've done.
So, in preparing myself for the medical field, I have volunteered a lot at the Santa Barbara College Hospital.
Good.
And I've had a lot of fun with it. The first year I volunteered there, I was a patient library is what it was called. And so I'd go to the library and fill up this little book cart with books, and then I'd go to every room and ask if they wanted a book or magazine to read. And of course, they were all reading their iPads and stuff, so it was very funny for them to say, no, I have it all right here. But later on, I was a patient escort, so I got to take visitors to rooms, so that was a little more exciting.
That's great.
I've also volunteered at the Carpinteria Triathlon every year with my cross-country team.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I've done some volunteer work through my youth group over the summer.
That's great. That's great. Sounds like you have a well-rounded life, and you've really applied to some prestigious colleges.
Yes.
And of course, you haven't got your letters of intent yet, and you're waiting, right?
Yes, very nervously.
I know it is nervous. They'll keep running to the mailbox, right? Tell me a little bit about who in your life, and I'm probably going to guess right, but who in your life really kind of set you on this path of excelling with your grades and also with becoming a doctor as your goal?
So of course I'm going to have to start with my parents. And my mom especially has always, throughout high school, challenged me to not just like be better. Her quote is always like, don't be better, be the best. And so to really challenge myself to not only like be better than my peers or my classmates, but actually challenge myself to be the best that I can be. And one of my youth group leaders has also challenged me and just been there for me throughout my high school years to just really go for my goals and not to sit back on the sideline.
And wait for it to happen, right?
Yes.
Are you in sports, and can you tell us a little bit about your involvement?
Yes. So I was on cross country my freshman through junior years, and I was on I've been on basketball all 4 years, and I am planning to be on tennis for all 4 years. So for cross country, yeah, freshman through junior year, I actually started kind of just to stay in shape for basketball season because it is a fall sport. But it turned out to be really fun, and there's lots of really fun. I love the coach, and there's lots of really fun people on the team, and I got to make a lot of good relationships there. For basketball, I've been playing on JV for the past years and varsity this year. And as I said, we've been having a little tough time coming together as a team, but I think, again, we have a really good coaching staff, and it's going to be hopefully a good season from here out. And for tennis season, I'm hopefully going to be a captain this year, and I'm very excited to be a leader on the team and do well this season.
That's great. Well, I really appreciate your interview today, and I wish you the very best on winning Junior Carpinterian of the Year.
Thank you so much.
I will see you on the 24th of January that night, a Saturday night, when we award many community awards, and of course the Junior Carpinterian is one of them. And I wish you the very best in your future in college.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Okay. Hello, I'm Pat Kistler, and I'm from the Carpinteria Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we are interviewing the Junior Carpinteria finalists this year that will be celebrated on January 24th, 2015 at the Boys and Girls Club. And I'd like to introduce you to Gabriel. And Gabe, welcome, and congratulations for making the finalists.
Thank you. It is such an honor.
Oh, good. We're happy to have you. Tell us a little bit about what you want to do when you leave Carp High School.
Well, the first thing I want to do is attend a university. in the fall. But what I really want to go do is just really explore my passions. Because college is a really different experience. And I've known so many people to go to college and say, oh, I'm going to major in this because I love this subject. And all of a sudden they come back and they say, I switched it.
Not quite what they expected.
Yeah. And I don't want that to be me. And so I want to go out into the world, enjoy what I'm learning. And when I graduate with a degree, hopefully 2 degrees because I'm planning on double majoring, I want to come back and bring my learnings to Carpinteria, and hopefully my learning can impact this community.
Wow. And so when I'm talking about what your major is and everything, what is in your mind as what you really, your passion that you love right now?
Right now, sports are my life.
Okay.
And I really want to go into a field of kinesiology, which is the field of the movement of the body. And this town, I mean, Warrior football, it has a great tradition in this community. And I want to uplift it. Because right now, even at the high school, there's not that much spirit. And it's really affecting me because I grew up with a Warrior family. I was going to Warrior football games when I was 1 year old. And up until now when I just finished playing my senior year. And I've watched the decline of the enthusiasm that students have.
What do you think the reason for that is?
I've been trying to figure that out myself.
Because I know you cheer too.
Yeah,
I saw on your documents that you're part of the cheerleading group. You get out there and beat the drum.
Yep.
But you don't, the decline is perhaps just...
Well, in 2 weeks, we have a rally coming up.
Right.
And in our past rallies, when we do something funny or we try to get the crowd pumped up, they kind of just sit there and like kind of just clap like without other people looking because they don't really know like when it's a good time to actually stand up and cheer for someone that's doing really well.
Right.
And I know these past 2 years we had a great girls tennis team who won my sophomore and junior year. They won back-to-back CAF championships. And I have a lot of friends on that team since it's mostly seniors. And I was so proud and happy for them when they first won it. I was texting people, let's go to the high school when they get back. Let's be there. Let's celebrate. Little did I know, one of my teachers was planning it as well. But when I was texting people, they were saying, oh, well, I can't tonight.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, really? Like, come on, like, this is something they've accomplished. And I really just want to make a note that they deserve the recognition.
So you have the passion for cheerleading people and what they do and encouraging them. So I can see that type of job in your future.
Yeah.
But you're not, possibly may not go to a 4-year university right off. What you're talking about is what?
Actually, I do want to go to a 4-year university.
You do, okay.
And right now, I've been accepted to Baylor University, and that's my number 2 choice. And I have thought about actually joining their cheer squad.
Well, you'd make a heck of a cheerleader at Baylor.
Yeah.
They made it all the way, as you know. You've watched the football playoffs, haven't you?
Yes, I've been watching. Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Who in your family is your biggest cheerleader? Who's the one that says, you know, you can do it, just keep going, keep taking advanced classes, dual enrollment?
You know what? I would love to say my mom, but she's always there no matter what. But the person that always gives me the little, like, I need is my grandmother.
Your grandma.
She's really been there ever since.
That's great.
I can't even remember, like, the last time.
What's your grandma's name?
Millie Becker.
Okay, that's great.
She's an amazing woman.
That's great.
Every time I do something, she comes to me and she gives me a hug, she smiles, and especially when it's something that really touches her. Like when I found out I was accepted to Baylor University, I found her in my room. She was actually the first one I told, and she came in and she started crying.
Oh.
And it touched me because I really understand how much she loves me and how much she wants me to succeed. Yes.
And I know I read your documents and I was very well impressed. Talk to me a little bit about some of your volunteer work, because you really got out there and did some things for the girls' softball field. And so tell me a little bit about that.
So I have been volunteering at a specific tournament, the Beach Classic for, for the Girls Softball League.
Right.
And my uncle, Raymond Gonzalez, actually had been in charge of it in a few of the years, so I had the connection to work with them.
Sure.
But it wasn't more of just, oh, I had the connection, I'm just going to volunteer.
Right.
It was more of, this is my opportunity to actually help others. And so when I go, I have been working at Aliso, or sorry, not Aliso, Alquero Park. And when I'm there and I help, I work and put the fields together, I'm in the snack shack and I watch the girls come out and these little 9-year-old girls just cheering for each other. That's what I want us to do at the high school. I want everybody to cheer for each other. And it's been an amazing experience to watch them grow. Because I've been at Alquero Park for the past few years, so I've seen girls come up, I've seen girls move on, and to see them prosper, that's what I want the younger generations of Carpinteria to be doing.
Oh, great. That's good. That's very good. Any other big plans out there that we missed or didn't talk about?
I can't really think of them at the moment.
Okay, that's all
They
right.
usually just come to me and all of a sudden I jump on them.
I could do that. Right?
Yep.
Tell me before we close a little bit about your relationship with the school itself and your instructors and counselors.
Okay, so I have a very deep relationship with Carpinteria High School. My mother actually had me while she was in high school. So I was the kid that my mom brought to school some days and all the people watched, but that never affected me because I found a loving for the high school because they were able to accept me. And growing up, like I said, I was attending Warrior football games, basketball games, track and field events. And I have a very, quite a large family. And I would go watch cousins, watch my aunt, everybody, I would just watch them go through their high school experience. And hearing their experiences, I wanted to make one of a great experience for myself. And
you have.
I have so far,
really
yeah.
Have. That's great.
I'm coming to the very end of it, the close. But
well, no, it's just a kind of a beginning too. Yeah. Baylor's a great. I
Yeah.
know that you probably applied to other colleges and universities. What others? Can you remember?
My top university is University of Southern California, which my family is a very big USC fan.
Right.
And growing up, I was thinking I'll apply there because we love this football team. I'll just see if I can get in. And then getting deeper into the academics, I found they have what I want.
Yeah.
And after going to visit the school, it's really my dream school.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm also applying to Stanford University,
Good.
Babson College in Massachusetts.
What made you choose that one?
Well, one of my academics I want to go into is entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And they're #1 in the nation for their program.
You did your homework.
Yeah, I sure did.
That's great. Well, I congratulate you for being nominated for Junior Carpinterian of the Year, and I wish you the very best in receiving the scholarship. I'm hoping to meet you and your family at the event, those that can come with you. And we just want to say, keep up the good work. And the cheerleading part, I love. So
thank you
so much for coming today.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Pat Kistler, and I represent the Chamber of Commerce in Carpinteria, and we are interviewing our Educators of the Year for 2014, who will be attending and receiving their awards at the Community Awards Banquet on January 24th, coming up. And at this point, I'd like to welcome Emma to our interview, and I'd like you to tell us a little bit about yourself and where you teach, what you teach, and then we'll talk a little bit about family and all kinds of fun stuff.
Okay. Well, first off, my name is Emma Irene Edrington. All of my students call me Mrs. E because Edrington is a big mouthful. I teach at Rincon High School. I teach all grades, 9th through 12th. Social science, 21st century learning skills. I've even dabbed in math. And then right now we're tackling the Common Core, so that's the biggest thing right now. Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun. This is my 3rd year in Carpinteria District. I started as a student teacher at Carp High under Mr. Casey Roberts. He's a great teacher. After I finished my student teaching program, I ended up at the junior high, at the middle school, and I taught temporarily there for a year. And then following that, I was at Rincon High School, and I've been there ever since.
And it just says to me that, you know, we do have a real special system for our students.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the difference between Carpinteria High School and Rincon School, and what your goal is at Rincon School, because a lot of people don't really know.
Don't really know. Yeah, Rincon is kind of like a little hidden gem that's right next to Carp High School. Like I said before, I taught at Carp High for a full semester as a student teacher, and I was able to feed off of that environment. But Rincon High School is essentially saving those kids who would potentially be somewhere else without a diploma. And to be honest, these kids have different needs, and I think the biggest thing that I've learned from being at Rincon is we're meeting the needs of those students.
That's great.
And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
It's an eye-opener, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes. I mean, all these kids have had so many different experiences going through the education system, and then when they get to us, some of them don't exactly understand what school is for. And I think with my staff and the teachers there, we just really want to, you know, open their eyes to see that, you know, you have so much opportunity out there, and we want to help you do that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And we're just so thankful you're there. Goodness gracious.
I'm
that's
grateful
great.
I'm there.
Talk a little bit about your life. I know that you're a happily married person, and that you also, where did you go to college, and where did you live as a young
Yeah,
individual?
so I'm not native to Santa Barbara community at all. I'm from Fraser Mountain, and yeah, it's a very secluded little community, very similar to Carp actually in that way. Very small district. I got really close to my 3 high school teachers who pretty much followed me all through high school, and I'm first generation to actually go to college. So I went to college at Westmont for 4 full years, and that's how I got inducted into this community. And I guess education just has taken a great value to me. It's opened so many doors, and I just want to open the doors for other students as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about what you like to do. If you weren't in the classroom, what is kind of your typical day if you weren't teaching?
If I weren't teaching. If I weren't teaching, I'd probably be reading all the time. I have a massive library that I've accumulated. I've also taken, I guess, animation classes. I really want to be a children's illustrator for books. And I would probably, if I wasn't in the classroom, that's hard because I really also want to teach Spanish. I'm getting my Spanish credential. I'm bilingual, so it's I kind of want to teach Spanish and see how that differs from what I teach right now.
So we would probably call you a teacher's teacher. You're probably not going to veer off of that
Yeah,
path.
it's too close to each other. I mean, I love learning, and then when I learn something, I love to teach it. So it just kind of, I guess it runs in my blood a little bit.
Well, you're a great spokesperson for Rincon, and I think that, you know, before we close our interview, what I'd love to hear is what you have to say to the parents and students at your high school about what's in the future for them, because it's a huge future, and there's a lot of opportunity out there.
Yeah, I think what I would like to say to the parents and students and the staff who's always there every day, and the teachers, my colleagues who are there with me every day, is that let's keep learning together. Let's keep working together, because teachers and parents together, we can make so much difference, especially to these students who don't know that deep inside they're aspiring to be something else. Right. And I think it's great, you know, when you have the hellos and the smiles and the good mornings, because you wouldn't typically see that of a student who doesn't want to be in school.
Right.
So school is really, it's changed a lot of our environment, and we consider ourselves family, and I'd like to continue that and see that and have it grow.
What a great school, and what a great teacher.
Oh, thank you.
And we congratulate you for being selected by your peers, because you are selected by other teachers to get this award, Educator of the Year. And we just want to say thank you for coming for the interview.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your love of teaching.
Oh, thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Emma.
Thanks.
Hello, I'm Pat Kistler, and I'm introducing the Educators of the Year for 2014 that will be honored at our community awards banquet on the 24th of January at the Boys and Girls Club. And with me, I have Brandon, and Brandon is one of the educators that has been nominated by his peers. And it's neat to see a guy teaching school on the elementary level. So let's get started.
All right.
What brought you to education, Brandon?
Wow, great question. I'm originally from Michigan, and growing up I was involved in sports, and I actually started as a coach and fell in love with coaching, and really that's kind of where I found my connection with kids, with students. And basically in high school I decided I wanted to be a teacher. So after graduating, went to Michigan State for education, ended up out here in California, wonderful, beautiful California, and continued on to get my special ed teaching credential and master's at Northridge. So I didn't think I was going to do special ed. It wasn't kind of in the works, but when I came out here, I got a job as an assistant right away, and I really started falling in love with meeting the social, emotional, and behavioral mental health needs of kids.
Right.
And that's what kind of just steered me in that direction, and kind of how I fell into the place I'm at today.
So you're at Catalino School.
I'm at Catalino Elementary.
And how long have you been there?
9 years.
Wow.
Gonna be 10 next year.
So you've had plenty of time to change your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. But don't want to do that. I'm really happy where I'm at right now.
And are you still in special ed? Or are you?
Yeah, I'm the special day class teacher, kindergarten through 5th grade for the district.
Good, good.
So,
tell me a little bit about who in your life kind of gave you that spark to work with kids. There's somebody back there, a parent or an aunt or an uncle, grandparent, somebody.
You know, I have to give a lot of credit to my mom. She's the one that kind of taught me about discipline, structure, and I had a difficult time in school growing up myself when I was younger, and my mother was just so compassionate, nurturing, and that's where I feel like I still have those just foundational skills. And then, you know, all the schooling that I've gone through has just kind of brought all those wonderful aspects to another level.
She was right.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, mothers always know, right?
Usually they do, yeah.
That's cool. Do you have brothers and sisters that preceded you in the teaching profession, or are you the lone wolf?
I do. I actually have an older brother who teaches up in Santa Barbara.
Oh, wow.
So he's an emotionally disturbed, he teaches an emotionally disturbed classroom.
I thought you were going to say he was emotionally disturbed.
Sometimes he is, actually. And then I have a younger brother as well, but he's a biochemist, so he's in a little bit different field than us.
He's doing good, though. Well,
he's doing
all
great.
of you are doing good for the humanity, so that's
Thank
great. Tell me a little bit about your day. I mean, I know that it is a very stressful part of teaching is to take students, you know, and nurture them in all different ways than just academics. So talk to me about that.
Well, my day usually starts out kind of taking a look at what my students are coming in with. All students kind of tend to come in with some baggage, whether good or bad. And I start out there. Another big part of my day is I have a lot of instructional assistants who are just wonderful people, and they really make me the teacher who I am. So also giving them the direction and getting everybody started off on the right foot is really the first part of our day. I run a really tight ship, so we're kind of minute to minute. I have a lot of different students in a lot of different grades with a lot of different needs. So my biggest priority is that I get to see each and every one of those kids in the different academic levels portion of every day.
That's
and
great.
It's actually a big chore to kind of get to that some days. So
you're kind of homeschooling.
Yeah, and
I mean, you are, because you have so many different grades, levels.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, and again, it's wonderful that I have the support in my classroom. But the other thing that's just been an amazing asset is the colleagues that I work with here in Carpinteria, the teachers that I've learned from, and the administrators who support me now and have always supported me. I'm what you might consider kind of a radical special ed teacher. I like to take risks. I like to test things out and see what works and what doesn't, and go from there. So I've had a lot of people in the district that really trust me and trust what I do, and that has given me the confidence and also the data that I need to drive what to do next. one of the things I love about my profession is at the end of every day, I know what I need to do to be better. And I can't imagine being in any other profession because of that.
Are we the luckiest community in town or in the state to have you teaching at this level, and also with this dedication that you need to have for these students? A little bit more about family. You said your brother also teaches in Santa Barbara. Is that how you got to Carpinteria, or?
It's actually how I got to California.
Oh, okay.
My brother was here before me, and after I did my undergrad at Michigan State, I kind of wanted to get out for a little while and experience some new things. And he was here, and he's the one that helped me get that job as a teaching assistant.
Great.
And that's what kind of just got the whole ball rolling.
Big brother paved the way for you.
Yes, it's the one thing I can kind of give him a little bit of credit for.
A little bit of credit, but not too much, not too much. What's a regular day for you? If you're not teaching, today's you're not teaching, what do you like to do?
Well, I love to surf.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of started doing that when I moved out here to California, and I got hooked, and it's actually, besides having just a really great career so far, it's really kept me here. You know, in Michigan it gets a little bit cold, as you guys have probably seen in the news.
Poor people back there.
Yeah, right. So, but that's one of the things I love to do. It's, it has really kind of brought a lot of spiritual positivity to my life, and so I attribute a lot of my confidence to that. Also, I love music. I play with some local people here in Carpinteria, music once a week, and just for fun. I'm not really into playing out and stuff, but music is something that's really interesting. I like to bring that to my classroom every now and then, and my kids like that too. And I love spending time with my wife. She's just a wonderful support. I'm a really blessed individual, and we like to travel and things like that.
So you take advantage of that time off in the summer?
Yeah, California is a wonderful place to travel.
Where else can you go when you can get to the beach and the mountains in one day?
Yeah.
So, well, we're very, very pleased that you were nominated by your peers to receive this award. And we're looking forward to seeing you at the event on the 24th.
I'm looking forward to it. My family's flying out.
Oh, let me tell you, I'm going to be there, and I will be happy to meet them all.
Oh, great.
So they should be very proud. And thank you so much for your dedication for our students.
Of course.
They need you. We need you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And again, we want to invite everyone in the community and those that are interested, and especially families of those who are receiving awards, to the Community Awards Banquet for Carpinteria for 2014. It's going to be held at the Boys and Girls Club, and it will start around 6 o'clock with a full dinner and many, many award presentations. And so please buy your tickets at the door if you do not have them yet. You are welcome to attend. Thank you.